Alrighty, so another Warframe video, and this is going to be another comparison video where basically I pick two Warframes and you choose out of the two which you kind of prefer. I have done a Frost and Rhino one, and I have done a Ash and Loki, and this one is more of a request from, I've actually had a few requests to do videos like this. Maybe you guys prefer these over weapon reviews. I myself kind of find the weapon reviews a little bit boring, but I still do them because there's so many new weapons been put into Warframe so often. So this is going to be a request about a Trinity or Nekros video, which is kind of a bit of an odd pairing, if you will. They are both support frames, and putting Trinity up against Nekros might seem like a bit of a one pony race, and being honest with you, that pony is Trinity. Nekros is all the way back in the stalls. But that's not to say the players don't love Nekros. Plenty of you guys run with him, and if you do, leave a comment in the section below as to why you love him and why you play with him as much as you do. So hopefully these kind of videos will help out some of the newer players to Warframe. Choose between certain either damage dealing Warframes, tank ones, support ones, whichever. And the comments you guys leave below will also be a massive help to all of those new players as well. So first off, I'm going to take a look at Nekros and what his abilities do. So his first ability is called Soul Punch, which is an aim cast that will push or punch an enemy back, and it can knock down heavily armoured enemies as well, causing a ragdoll effect, which means flying bodies can hit other enemies and do small damage to them. His second ability is called Terrify, where Nekros will cast fear in a large radius, causing enemies to flee, and it will also reduce the armour, making them take increased damage. Now this can't be recast while active, a lot like Nyx's Chaos. Basically, if there's one enemy still alive running around afraid, then basically you can't recast that, you need to kill the last enemy. His third ability is called Desecrate, where some players will think this is a fucking useless ability, and other players will think that this thing is absolutely amazing. Certain runs, depending on what you're doing, this can be good or it can be bad. So what it does is it will make enemy bodies drop extra loot. Now it doesn't work 100% of the time, and sometimes you do need to recast it, and it can also be cast on the shadow images that you cast from your Shadows of the Dead once they die, and it does have a chance of health, energy, mods, whatever, other shit. Now his final and his ultimate ability is called Shadows of the Dead, where Nekros will summon shadow versions of enemies you've just killed to fight for you for a limited time. Now I think the maximum amount of these is 9 with a full focus mod. So the best way for Nekros to use Shadows of the Dead is for him to basically focus on killing the heavily armoured, whether it's Ancients, Heavy Grenadiers, or whether it's the Corpse Tech guys, and then summon your Shadows of the Dead, so is that way you'll have heavily armoured shadows, and they'll do a lot more damage than the weaker ones, and the weaker ones will die a lot quicker as well. As for Nekros' strengths and weaknesses, now if you're running high-end defense missions with Nekros, he might not appeal to some groups, especially groups of randoms. It might be okay in your clan, but randoms might not like this. The reason he might not be wanted is due to the fact that he doesn't really bring a whole lot to the table of high-end defense missions, with the exception of maybe his Shadows of the Dead and his Desecrate. Now his Terrify might not affect enough enemies in a battle, because anyone who knows, if you've done high level defense missions level 200 plus, the amount of enemies that can be coming up on the pod is ridiculous, and having a Vovan or a Nyx and so on around to get rid of those is really help, whereas Nekros Terrify might not affect enough to give you breathing room to clear the house, but it is viable on some runs. On the other hand though, if you're running survival missions with Nekros, he is amazing. For his Desecrate can give the life support capsules, it will give health, energy and mods and all that as well. Basically all the things you need to survive the survival missions and keep going as long as possible. Now he is a really fun frame, and he is definitely worth trying out at least, because you never know whether you're going to like a frame or dislike it unless you actually get your hands on it and try him out for yourself. I definitely say give him a try, but it's entirely up to you guys. Your game, your fucking choice. Now as for Trinity, the other support frame I'm looking at, anyone who runs it will know that Trinity is absolutely amazing. I mean, there's no group or no squad that will not take a Trinity, and if they don't, then they're fucking crazy. Trinity's abilities, which I'm going to run through now, is there's nothing bad about any of them. In most Warframes will have maybe one gimmicky ability where players will drop that mod out and say, you know what, I'm going to leave that so as I have more space to level up other mods. Whereas with Trinity, you get, they're all good. It's all fucking good. Her first ability, which is Well of Life, which you will create a Well of Life on an enemy, basically debuffing them. And once you and your allies deal damage to that enemy, you will gain life back for whatever damage you do. As for our second ability, it's a lot the same, except it's called Energy Vampire, and it works the same. Basically, you will put a debuff on the enemy, and once you do damage to it, you will gain energy back instead of health, like Well of Life. But it's our two final abilities that basically make Trinity stand up and above most of the Warframes in the game. Basically, her third ability is called Link, where she will, quite frankly, link to enemies in a radius, and you will see the little lines joining them, and any damage the Trinity takes will basically be reduced, but you will deal damage 100% back to the enemies that you're linked to. And you can take reduced damage of up to 75% once your mods are leveled up and that, and you will still deal 100% damage back to enemies. The knockdown effects and all that are also channeled back to the enemies. Her final ability and her ultimate is called Blessing, where Trinity will fully heal and regen the shields of all of your allies, and you will all gain invulnerability for a limited time. It has an infinite range. It will also fully regen your sentinels, and if you use this at the same time as you use Link, then it will really make Trinity completely godlike. The only other frame that Trinity comes close to, or in most respects actually is above, is Rhino. And by playing the game, you all know how many people run with Rhino. Trinity, when used right, is just as good, if not better, than Rhino. Now, as for her strengths and weaknesses, she can be squishy to begin with, but you need to stick it out till you get your abilities on and all your mods up, and her strengths will then really shine. Immunity to all damage for you and your squad for a period of time is amazing in defense missions, high level, low level, whatever. Survival missions as well. In fact, for absolutely any mission, the immunity is amazing. Energy Vampire on bosses can help you and your allies maintain a constant pool of energy, which will basically help you burn down that boss as quick as humanly possible, or warframely possible, if that's even a fucking word. Probably not. The damage from Link on defense missions as well is really, really impressive. So in short, if I had a choice to pick between these two frames for a support slot in my account, if I needed one slot, Trinity wins hands down, but I have both of them, so I'm quite fucking happy. But that's not to say that Nekros is crap, because he isn't. He can be a lot of fun and is probably one of the best frames, if not the best frame, to take with you when you're farming missions, whether it's in the Void or other missions. Also, his Soul Punch can give a shitload of giggles when you're sending enemies flying across the room and barreling into each other as well. Also, if you punch them down on top of the head, they tend to bounce up and hit the fucking roof for some bizarre reason. But these are my opinions, and I know some of you guys will love Trinity and some of you will love Nekros. If you want to pick Trinity, then so be it. If you want to pick Nekros and people say he's shit, then pick Nekros. Fuck them, your game. Play the way you bloody want to. So leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you guys think of these two frames. What do you think their strengths and weaknesses are? And maybe I fucked up along the way. It's been a wee while, like I said, it's been a few weeks. I haven't got to play anything because I've been rebuilding my PC. Let me know what you think of them, where their strengths and weaknesses are. Which one would you choose, more importantly, between these two? And hit that like button, it really does help me out. And if you haven't subscribed already, then hit that subscribe button. And once again, thanks very much.